Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Journeys review series. Today we are reviewing episode 45, which is the final episode in the Darkest Day arc, so I hope you enjoy. So this episode was full action packed right from the first minute all the way through, and it was an incredible episode that wrapped up things perfectly for this arc. This episode made the other three episodes so much better, as now the arc is complete and I thought it was done really well. The episode starts off where the last one left off, with everyone in their own separate battles. Ash is battling Chairman Rose with his Copperajah and Ferrothorn, and Go is battling Olena with her Milotic. Oh, and Meowth is still running around in his G-Max form. This was a little strange, but I'm glad they got it out of the way early. Meowth suddenly realised what was happening when Team Rocket mentioned Giovanni, but we didn't even see Meowth do anything, because as soon as that happened, Eternatus started sucking up the power from everyone, which made every Pokemon that had been Dynamaxed across Galar suddenly go back to normal, and then Eternatus just sent Team Rocket blasting off. So Team Rocket really weren't needed in this arc, in my opinion. They did nothing. So Leon was left to deal with Eternatus, and he was just using his Charizard, who couldn't G-Max, so he was struggling and pretty beaten up. Meanwhile, Ash and Go were really struggling in their battles as well. Riolu was getting completely overpowered and nearly got crushed by the two of Rose's Pokemon, while Go couldn't handle Milotic's water types, and Ember just wasn't doing enough damage, but Reboot wanted to win with it since it was their move that they made together. And then it happens, the moment we've all been waiting for. Just before Ash's Riolu got crushed, it starts to evolve into Lucario. A massive moment for Ash, finally owning a Lucario after all these years of fans begging for him to get one. It was a fantastic moment, and I liked how it all played out. It came back after evolving and took down both Rose's Pokemon with ease, using its new move Aura Sphere. A little nod to Ash from Lucario to let him know that he can now use that move. It was perfect. And then on the other end, Go has Reboot jump from wall to wall using Ember, and of course it evolves too, pretty much at the same time as Ash's Riolu evolves. Another awesome evolution mid-air, and it learns a better version of Ember, being Pyro Ball. And I really love Cinderace as a Pokemon. Its personality seemed great as well. It seemed to get a few of Scorbunny's traits back, a bit cheeky and very loving towards Go compared to the edginess of Reboot. It was a great double evolution, and they both won their battles with the new Pokemon. My only complaint is I really wish we didn't see this in the opening a while back. I wish this was a surprise to all of us, because we wouldn't have had a clue that these Pokemon were going to evolve. Still pretty early on. I think it would have shocked us all. So I just wish Pokemon didn't spoil us with that, but still a great moment that we'll all remember for a long time. So with Ash and Go winning their battles, the real battle can begin. They rush upstairs to help out Leon, where he's completely destroyed, and they find each other, seeing that they both now have a Lucario and a Cinderace, both completely nerding out to the fact they have new awesome Pokemon, which I loved. But Lucario and Cinderace couldn't do much, even with the help of Pikachu as well, as Eternatus had changed into its Eternamax form, and it was just too strong for them to handle. It pretty much plays out exactly like the games here. Go remembers the sword and shield that he picked up from the Slumbering World. He holds them out to summon the two legendary Pokemon Zacian and Zamazenta, and they arrive, take the sword and shield and turn into their true forms, and get the massive power boost needed to take down Eternatus. So the battle ends, and Go and Ash together push the giant Pokeball to seal Eternatus away, and it even got registered in Go's Pokedex, so I guess that's how he's going to do most of these legendaries maybe. It probably got registered on Ash's as well, but that's not his goal, so we wouldn't focus on that. But obviously they aren't keeping it. It ends up being buried underground, so it doesn't get loose again. And then we have a quick wrap up of the arc with Sonia becoming a Pokemon professor, Ash and Go leaving behind the sword and shield back in the Slumbering World. It was just a fantastic episode, and I might even say my favourite episode of Journey so far. It captured the Sword and Shield story perfectly, despite staying pretty true to the same story and not changing much, but I still enjoyed it a lot. But as for this episode on its own, it was a 10 out of 10, everything was great, the battles, the animation. It's a shame about Team Rocket, but I'll let that pass, they shouldn't have been in this arc, but everything else, they nailed it. But that's it for this review. I'm going to be reviewing the arc as a whole in a separate video, so be sure to watch out for that. Let me know what your rating is on this episode and your thoughts in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.